Hello. Animkians Quaindijnakas, Makwadodem, Baugting Don Jaba, Miigwech Kajaminado, Mani Gijagat Nungo, Chinadam. I am Little Thunder Woman of the Bear Clan from Batchewana First Nation. I am so happy to be here this evening. And listening to Vanessa, there were just so many synergies with her journey and the things that she talked about. There's just all the light bulbs were going off as she was talking about that. And I began to realize how very similar parts of our journey were and our thought processes and the things that we've been through to get to the place that we are. And to tell you a little bit more about Nakehndan, so in our language that means knowing your truth. And in 2012, my oldest daughter disclosed sexual abuse, and I have 3 other children besides her. And I quickly became a single parent. And then we started our journey down engaging in all of the different levels of government and agencies that are mandated to help us through that, like the child welfare system, the legal system, police. And it wasn't a great journey or a place to go through. It was extremely difficult to navigate, especially as a single parent and not having been through anything like that before. And so when we would try to engage services to help my child, then I would say, well, what about me? And they would say, well, what about you? Well, my child isn't going to survive if I don't have the skills and the capability to support her in the way that's needed, or my other children. So as I continue to find these gaps and spaces in the system, I made little notes, like literally on a yellow sticky or a piece of paper I had in my purse, or I would rip a corner off of something and I would write it down and throw it in this folder that I had at home. And this folder became more and more full. And as the years went by, I thought, you know what? If I've encountered all of these things in this journey, and I am by no means the first or the last woman to go through this, unfortunately, there are many other women and mothers and parents that are going through this. Someday I'm going to start an organization that fills some of these gaps and is my contribution to helping things. In our way of life, we believe that all things happen for a reason, that the path that you live in life, you were meant to live. And I remember early on in my journey thinking so many times, why do I have to go through this? Why do my children have to go through this? What could possibly be the point of this much suffering for people? And in listening to Vanessa talk about her journey, and even from a 5-year period, the first book and the second, it made me realize also my own journey from year 1 to year 5 to year 10, how different my outlook on life was, my outlook on how you go through those things and survive in a good way had changed. And it really shapes the programs and services that we offer at Nakehndan. And our mandate, in a nutshell, is to help families heal together. You cannot heal in a silo. You know, you have to have your support. And it could be family, it could not be family. It's any other human being that wants to walk on that path with you. But if you've never been through that and you don't know what it is and you don't know how to heal, then you need those people that have already been there, that have already done that have already walked through, that have already made it to that other side where they understand the balance and the reason why they've gone through it, to hold your hand and to guide you through that. And that is the basis of what we offer at Nakehndan. And we incorporate a lot of our cultural values, a lot of our ceremonies. We have a lot of survivors that are with us, that volunteer, that give their time, that really know that journey and can speak to people and really meet them where they are because they've been there. And every single time I talk about this, someone will share with me, my aunt, my sister, my cousin, my friend, my mom, my grandma. So they always tell me that they know someone who's going through this, which is really a very sad state for things to be in. But at the same time, I feel honored that they would share that with me, because it's not always something that you can say out loud. And so I feel very honored that people feel safe to share that with me. And I do my best to even just comfort them in that moment so that they know that they're heard. That is the biggest thing for survivors, is to know that you're heard. And so we're on Wellington Street, across from, at the top of Brock, across from the new police station. Hopefully a very safe place. We turned the yard of our building into a green space where we offer sweat lodge ceremonies and other ceremonies there. We encourage survivors when they come to see us to bring their family members with them so that they're healing together. I call that journey, or when someone discloses, trauma shrapnel, because when somebody discloses, no one in the vicinity of that person's life escapes unharmed. They all feel a piece of that in some way or shape, and everybody needs to heal together after that disclosure happens. And that's what we work on there. All of our programs are named after an Anishinaabe word in something I created called the Healing Continuum, from prevention until somebody who is an advocate. And there are those stages that somebody will go through in their journey. And I was there myself, because there was a day where I thought I never wanted to speak about this. I didn't want anyone to know what we went through. And today I speak in front of cameras and in front of rooms full of people and talk about my personal life. But I feel that's what Creator, this is the reason why Creator put us through that now. So I just wanted to say Chimigwech to Vanessa for allowing me a few moments to talk about this. And as I was sitting, when things started, and as I was sitting, I turned to Kendall, who's sitting beside me, our executive director, and I said, I'm having a deja vu right now. And in our way of life, deja vu is a moment that Creator gives you to let you know that your spirit has already been here in this moment and already done that. So it's a validation that you're on your path and you're in the right place, and you're going in the right direction. So I just wanted to, again, say miigwech to everybody that's here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. And I appreciate everyone. Miigwech.